Are you good?
We're good.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mitch McCoy. I'm the Director of Public Affairs and Information for the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department. I also have District 3 Captain Angela Dickerson with me, who is the commander of this police district, which includes this neighborhood here. Earlier this morning, around 7:30, District 3 officers led a multi-agency coordinated operation which involved the City of St. Louis and multiple city departments related to a search warrant execution here at the apartment complex at Illinois and Broadway. That search warrant was executed by the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department, the St. Louis County Police Department's Tactical Response Unit, along with FBI St. Louis SWAT. We had to involve multiple SWAT teams due to the number of buildings that needed to be searched, and it allowed us a tactical advantage while working through the apartments. During that search warrant, 10 firearms were located. Many of those, Sean, you saw as officers were carrying them out. And one of those included an AR-15 with a sear switch, which converts that gun into a machine gun on our streets. There were several other firearms recovered. 2 of those firearms were reported stolen. During the search warrant, numerous narcotics were uncovered by our detectives. There were numerous officers involved in this. It is something that has been planned now for some time, and the investigation had been ongoing for several months by District 3 officers. That search warrant did not come at any surprise to any city department in the city of St. Louis, including city administration. There was a lot of planning that went into this. There was a lot of conversations regarding this, and we did what we needed to do as a police department to not only keep the people in these condemned apartments safe, but we were responding to numerous complaints from neighbors that live in this neighborhood. I cannot stress enough the compliments, the hugs that have been given today by our police officer, or to our police officers, by people in this neighborhood. They were happy to see this crime infestation gone. Period. With that being said, there are people here that live here that are working on getting their belongings out. Elliot, you've been talking to them. There are individuals that have a company pay their rent to someone else. Those are all things that I'm sure Captain Dickerson, she finds alarming, and things that we are going to be looking into as a police department. You're not going to rip off people and citizens of our community, period. We have done what we needed to do to execute this search warrant. We do not believe that it is safe for anyone to live at this apartment building. We think that the conditions are deplorable. There were young kids living here that we have now deployed resources to helping that family. There was also some firearms that the mom's going to need to account for related to that. With that being said, it is now up to the city of St. Louis to board up these apartments. We cannot ensure the safety of the people that live inside them because of how dangerous the apartments are. They're just not safe. We will do what we need to do as a police department. We will respond to 911 calls, but the city of St. Louis should board these apartments up as soon as reasonably possible. There are a massive amount of police resources that goes into these apartment buildings. Between April 1st, 2025 and April 1st, 2026, within 1 year, there have been 158 calls for service to this apartment building. Since January of this year, there have been 75. There have been 2 confirmed shooting incidents. One you guys just all recently reported on, where a woman was shot in her stomach and was fighting to survive. Thankfully, she did. She was shot in the stomach. There are numerous other calls for service from disturbances, suspicious persons, and drug sales. There are 15 ShotSpotter activations from this apartment building alone. There are some trigger-happy people here, and all we tried to do was make it safe for the people of this apartment building and for the residents who asked for this today. So now the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department is calling on the city of St. Louis to board it up. Captain, do you want to talk a little bit about the neighbors and what they've been voicing to you as a concern?
With these apartments here, I've gotten numerous of emails and complaints. I have heard your complaints. I appreciate you emailing me and letting me know your concerns, and I've tried to answer that with what we conducted today. I want you to continue to email me and let me know your concerns with any issues that go on here, because the work is not done here. We still have a long road of recovery to go. I've placed a sky cop here just to make sure that we continue to monitor it. But police services will continue. We'll be making hourly checks on this property and hoping that everyone is able to get all their belongings and we can get it securely boarded up. It is not safe, as Mitch has already stated. So we ask if you see anyone around the vicinity of this location, and especially children, please call. It is not safe structurally.
With that being said, I want to add just a couple of follow-up notes here. There was a mom out here at about 8:30 or 9 this morning that had 2 young kids, probably under the age of 12. And it absolutely breaks my heart. I think anybody with decent morals, it would break their hearts to see the conditions that these kids had to live in. And all we tried to do was make it safe. That's all we tried to do.
Mitch, all the people here were not criminals.
That is correct.
63 folks obviously were, let go, told, okay, we're not arresting you. 13 arrested. 63 others, though, were not arrested. No contraband was found. But the city apparently didn't take enough measures to make sure these people had shelters, make sure these people had the services they need to transition to homelessness. Essentially, they're all going to be homeless now. And who dropped the ball on that? Who is responsible for not having enough out here, not having enough means and measures to help these people? Many are elderly, they've got health issues, medical issues, but they were just left to fend for themselves and told to get out in 2 hours.
It breaks my heart. It breaks Captain Dickerson's heart.
How long will
it
these
breaks
people...
let me finish.
Right.
It breaks everyone's heart out here that is happening. We recognize that. We as a police department don't want to see anyone out on the streets, but the same people that were expressing those concerns to you, Elliot, also told you and me that he got robbed at gunpoint. That is not acceptable, period. And so what I will say is that you should ask the city of St. Louis. There were multiple city departments that knew that this was happening today. The city administration.
Did the mayor's office drop the ball?
I'm not going to answer that.